Hey everyone, quick reminder, I recently started a free community for men over 30 that are into calisthenics. So if you're interested to join, there's a link below. And with that being said, let's dive right into today's topic. Especially if you're following a calisthenics-based approach to fitness, your diet will be always affecting your performance, since being overweight or gaining weight that doesn't have at least a healthy ratio of muscle to fat will always be counterproductive. Therefore, unlike other forms of strength training where gaining fat can actually increase your performance and help you lift heavier, calisthenics have the added benefit of keeping you more accountable to and more conscious of your body composition. After reading a lot of books, after experimenting with a lot of diets from paleo to keto to vegetarian to food combining diets to fasting diets to most of the popular diets out there and some of the not so popular diets out there, after doing all kinds of different courses, certifications on nutrition, what I've discovered after 10 years of basically a lot of research is that mastery of the basics on a weekly basis is what delivers the best results in the end. Honestly, none of the popular and none of the extreme diets you can find out there come even close to the progress you can make, both in terms of looking good and feeling good, once you figure out how to turn the basics into a long-term sustainable practice. So if you're still watching after this long and boring introduction and you're wondering what are the freaking basics, here are 5 practices that make having a strong and lean body effortless. One of the most common themes that you'll see in naturally lean people in your life is that they eat very, very slow. Eating slow improves digestion, it increases absorption of nutrients, it makes weight loss or maintenance a lot easier, it minimizes energy crashes after food, and overall, it optimizes energy levels in the big picture. The second practice is getting at least 5 portions of veggies and fruits per day, leaning a little bit more into the veggie side. So, for example, having about 3 portions of veggies and 2 portions of fruit. Especially when we're talking about veggies, besides being the richest food in nutrient density and keeping you fuller, they also hydrate you and they prevent a wide range of health problems and disease. Ideally, you want a variety of these, since there's no one best veggie or one best fruit or superfood. If you want to make your diet super, aim for a variety of different colors every day. Obviously, it's a lot easier to say all this than to actually practice it. So if you find yourself eating very little veggies and fruit right now, don't instantly aim for 5 portions per day. Instead, add 1 portion per week. Once you've mastered that, add an extra portion after that, and gradually, add a piece of fruit there, a little portion of veggies there, until you hit that 5 portions per day. Now, this is one of the macronutrients that you want to make sure that you're getting right. Really, if you're eating overall healthy, you don't have to fuss about carbs and fats. You need those in balance, definitely, but getting protein right is a big one, especially, if you're strength training, if you want to overall improve your athletic performance. How much do you need? Well, 1.5 grams per kilo of body weight seems to be the sweet spot for men, so make sure you're getting a minimum of that. Protein becomes more and more important as you grow older, plus protein-dense foods also help you feel full a lot faster. Now, obviously, if you overeat protein just like any other macronutrient, it will be converted into sugar or fat. However, protein doesn't do that as quickly and as easily as carbs or fat, and its thermic effect is a lot higher than that of carbs and fats, since 30% of protein's calories go towards it being broken down, compared to only 8% when it comes to carbs and 3% when it comes to fats. Our 4th practice is eating between 80 and 90% clean and not 100%. Now, unless you're living in a cabin in the woods where you're growing your own stuff and you never enter civilization again, trying to eat 100% clean never works in the long run. It only leads to binge eating episodes. It's linked to eating disorders. And, really, you need to find a way to be able to eat between that 80 and 90% ratio of eating clean in order to have a practical and sustainable approach to eating. You're a normal human being. You're going to be in social situations once in a while where it's fun to have some of the fun stuff. And, it's basically one of the best ways to be realistic with your diet. You're not going to gain weight the moment, you eat some junk food. That's not how your body works. Instead, finding that balance of eating at about 80% if you're at maintenance, or 90% if you're trying to lose fat, works best. Also for body recompositioning, I find that 90% eating clean is a good way to go. And once you hit that weight that you feel good at, you can drop again down to 80%, have a little bit more of the fun stuff. Now, if you're obsessed with longevity and having those optimum energy levels and all that, staying on the higher end, 90% is again still a sustainable approach. It's what I try to aim for. Some weeks I'll be at 90%, some weeks I'll be at 80%, but I definitely don't try to eat completely clean. Our final practice is portion control. Since you can eat as clean as you want, you can eat as healthy as you want, and you can train as much as you want, but you can't out-train a bad diet. Maybe that's something you could do in your early 20s, but that is something that is definitely not possible after your 30s and as you move into your 40s and beyond. In the end, if you're eating more than you're burning, you're gonna gain fat. And that is why I find it important to have a way to manage your portions. I am definitely not a believer in tracking everything, so tracking calories and macros and all that. I do believe that it works, but it only works in the short run. It doesn't work in the long run. It's not a sustainable way of tracking your food's volume. It's linked with eating disorders as well. So the way that I like to use to manage portions is the hand portion system from Precision Nutrition. So this is basically it, this is an infographic that I took from their site. I'll include everything below. But in a nutshell, what you do is you use your palm to determine your protein portions. You use your fist to determine your vegetable portions. You use a cupped hand to determine your carb portions, and you use your thumb to determine your fat portions. So these are the 5 practices that I believe, if mastered in the long run, can help you achieve an effortlessly strong and lean body. Obviously in this day and age where everybody is looking for a quick fix, where the algorithms will always, push the more weird stuff, the fads, and all those extreme diets that offer quick results in the long run, but lead to a lot of problems in the long run. These are the things that will always outshine the basics. There's a reason that I've struggled to talk about nutrition for so long on this channel. I'm guessing that this will be boring information for most people. And as simple as it sounds, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time to master these. It definitely took me a lot of time. Whatever the case, I hope some of you enjoyed this video today. Let me know what other questions you have, what other questions related to nutrition you'd like me to cover in future videos. Don't forget to join our free over 30 calisthenics community for men. Again, the link is below. And until next time, keep on training.